Hi guys, I'm Marley Silva and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So in this video, I'm going to be doing my Christmas wish. This is my very last video of, I was like literally checking my notes. I'm like, wait. I guess my Christmas wish would just be that for one day out of the entire year, or even just one day on Christmas, that someone that is hungry, someone that is lonely, someone that is in pain can just be at complete peace and just have like the Christmas blessings and energy take over. I love Christmas so much. Christmas is one of my favorite holidays. There's nothing like Christmas to me. When I was a kid, I remember my parents and my brother, everybody was super excited. I remember we put out a plate for Santa of like carrots for the reindeer and like cookies and milk and just like the cutest shit for Christmas. We would go to bed and I literally remember one night vividly going to bed. It was like December 24th and I remember I was having the hardest time sleeping, but I knew I had to sleep because it was Christmas. I remember like I had to go to sleep because if I didn't go to sleep then I would like ruin Christmas and like, you know what I mean? Like I just wouldn't, whatever. So I remember like being half asleep or being asleep and hearing like Santa's reindeer like on the roof and I was like, oh my God, like he's here. Like I have to go to sleep, like I have to be quiet. And it was just so funny and I just remember that memory like deep in my head of being like, oh my God, I literally need to go to sleep right now because Santa's here and like he can't know I'm awake. And just funny stuff like that. And you know, every Christmas for my whole life, Christmas Eve, we would go to my dad's side of the family with my whole family, my mom, my dad, my brother, and we would have a beautiful Portuguese dinner and we would have, you know, drinks, and I don't think we would ever open gifts, like one gift a night before. I don't think we ever had that tradition, but we did have the tradition of like checking the Santa checker to see like where he was in the world, because obviously, you know, even though it was nighttime at where we were, he was busy on the other side of the world, or like, you know what I mean? Like there was different time zones and stuff. So I remember being a kid and like checking the Santa checker, and it was just like such a good experience for me. And the family moments literally make me so emotional because I wouldn't trade any of that for the world. And I'm always checking to make sure my microphone is on. And it's just those memories that made life so exciting and special for me. And Christmas Day, we would sit Christmas Day, we would sit by the tree, and my mom would always make like a fire. We had a real fireplace in our house as a kid, so we would make like this huge fire, and we would sit by the tree, and then my parents would have their coffee, and we would open gifts, and it was just such a special, innocent time in my life, and I love Christmas so much for that. I love that it was such an innocent, special time for me. And Boxing Day, a lot of people know Boxing Day is like, oh my God, spend money, all these Boxing Day deals and stuff like that. For me, I never went Boxing Day shopping. Boxing Day was always my mom's side of the family's day. So like my mom, my dad, and my brother would always go to my grandma's, and that was like her day to have my whole entire mom's side. And we would have, you know, really, really good German food and borscht and just like really, really good memories. And last December, on the 26th, I'm literally gonna start crying, but we were supposed to do like a family Christmas like day, you know, like we do every year. We couldn't do it a couple years because of COVID, and last year was like the first year we were gonna do it all together again with my grandma. With the whole vaccinated thing is a huge topic. I personally am vaccinated. There's people in my family that aren't, and it's just a mix of whatever. And long story short, me and my partner ended up not going to respect other family members in my family that weren't vaccinated because they weren't necessarily invited. It was a whole thing. And long story short, that would have been the last Christmas I got to spend with my grandmother because in January she passed away. And it was really, really hard for me for a long period of the beginning of the year, wrestling with myself of like feeling so much guilt of like the last time I was able to see my grandmother and not going. You know what I mean? Like I wrestled with the guilt and the shame of that existential thought and reality. And it took me some time to realize that like I'm better off not going, because at least I can say that like I didn't get my grandma sick and she didn't get COVID from me, and you know, this, that, and the third. And I guess that kind of gave me peace. But Christmas is a really, really hard time of year for a lot of people. You know, I share these beautiful, happy memories with you guys, and a lot of people don't get to have that. A lot of people suffer and are in pain and are lonely. And when I was a kid, my mom used to play, it's a song, if I can find the name of it, I'll put it on the screen. But actually, let me see, what is it called? It's a song that came out that was like basically, what is that song? Hold on. My camera's obviously gonna overheat, but of course I wanna find it. And it's a song where it goes, do they know it's Christmas time at all? And like literally that song, I remember my mom playing it as a kid. I don't know why I'm so emotional in this video, but you know, my mom used to play it when we were kids, and it's basically a song, because my mom works with sick and dying children, and it's a song called Do They Know It's Christmas? And essentially it's a lot of people struggling and in pain, and you know, they can't afford to eat and all of this kind of stuff on Christmas time. And Christmas for so many people is such a beautiful, you know, relaxing time, and for a lot of others it's not. And Do They Know It's Christmas? I highly recommend you guys listen to it if you've never heard it before, or if you guys have heard it and love it. It's such a beautiful song. And I just remember growing up and that being a song that my mom was like, you guys need to listen to this. Like, this is important and it's a beautiful song, and it played in our house. And Christmas just always will hold that special place in my heart. And I just wanted to make a video for my Christmas wish, and just, I'm literally like so choked up in this video, but just spread love and light. And if you guys are watching this on Christmas and you're like, oh my gosh, I wish I had stuff to do, you're hanging out with me and we're just vibing, and you know, I'm sharing some fun memories and reminiscing with you guys on a lot of beautiful things that I remember in my life. And you know, it's also a time just to realize how lucky you are. And you know, even if your life sucks, or even if you're in pain, or even if you're by yourself and you have no one, absolutely no one you can reach out to in this moment, or you know, it's painful and you're lonely, just know that, you know, a lot of people are posting today on Christmas for Vlogmas, and there's so many people that are sharing love and light. And even if you may not feel that in your life, you can always search for it and find it, you know, and have that love spread to you and with you. And you know, I love this channel. I love you guys so much. There's so many different things about YouTube that I love sharing my life as like a time capsule, and it just is such a special place for me. And I don't know, I'm so excited to do Vlogmas this year, and sharing my life and my Vlogmas with you guys is the best gift I could ever ask for. My Christmas wish is obviously I made like literally a Christmas list. But I obviously want, you know, healthy and happy friends and family and my partner. I want a more patient and forgiving world. I think during COVID, there was a minute where we all collectively were patient and understanding and aware of the pain and, you know, struggle that we were all feeling. And I think once things started getting better with COVID, a lot of people forgot that patience, forgot, you know, that things can't happen in 2 seconds, forgot how to be told no, forgot how to show that empathy and grace for others. And I genuinely hope that within the years to come, we can remind ourselves to say hi to your neighbor, and to learn to slow down, and to learn that the grass isn't always greener, and to have the patience for people working in the service industry, in the healthcare industry, in the teaching industry, any industry that you can think of that you work with other people and you help other people. You have to be able to show love and grace and patience for those people and work together, right? If you're having a bad day and you spread that energy, you're gonna maybe affect someone else's day, right? Just like if you're having a good day, if you spread that energy to another person, you're probably gonna make their day, right? There's nothing like somebody saying, you just made my day, right? It's an amazing feeling. It's gratifying, and it's that healthy hit of dopamine that, you know, it just makes life worth it, really. I'm trying to think. I have a couple more things. To continue to be humble. Being humble is so important. I have had so many wins in the past year. I'm so fucking lucky to be where I'm at, and you know, there's not a day that goes by that I forget that, right? That if my food is delivered late, if I have a rude waitress, if I have a bad experience, that I want to inflict any of that pain back on anyone else or make anybody's life harder. I always come from a place of love and grace and compassion. No, it is not easy all the time. When you're having a bad day, it's just easy to make someone else feel less than you. But at the same time, you have to remember, you want to be who you look at in the mirror. And if you're looking at someone that you're proud of and that you know is doing good, at the end of the day, that's worth it, right? You can wake up in the morning being like, I am so grateful for today. I'm going to put my best foot forward, and hopefully I can make someone else's life a little easier, which will in turn make my life easier. And I also put, this is probably like the last, I guess, topic I'll chat about, but for people to come from a place of love instead of greed and evil. There's been a debate in the conspiracy world about reptilian evil behavior, and there's also love and good, right? And a lot of the things in life are designed in our society for evil and greed to trump a lot of those healthy, wholesome, loving qualities, right? It's easier to step on others and get to the top. It's easier to take advantage of others and get to the top. It's easier to step on your neighbor and get to the top. But you have to switch your mentality and your mindset, right? There is enough pie and enough room for all of us to succeed in our own way and in our own avenues, right? And if we're able to switch it in our mind to, I want to do really well and I want to succeed, but I don't need to hurt anybody else to get there. And I don't need to step on anybody else to get there, right? If you can come from a place of love in all of the things you do, you'll succeed. It might be at a slower pace, right? You might not get everything you want all at once. You might not get everything you want all at the same time. You might have to wait a little bit longer to get there, and you might have to put the work in to get there. But if you come from a place of love, everything that you achieve and get in your life will be so much more fulfilling and gratifying, because you're coming from a place of honesty and pureness and good intentions, which will make all of those successions and, you know, all of those victories that much more worth it, because you know that you are coming from a place of love and good intentions through all of that, right? If you're coming from a place of evil and greed and money and, ooh, how can I get higher status than that person? Ooh, I want to win so bad. If you come from those places, you know, you might get that instant hit of dopamine and get that instant gratification right off the bat, right? You might get there, you might have that money, but once you get up there, how are you going to feel, right? Were you doing it out of a place of love and kindness in your heart, or were you doing it from a place of maybe evil or greed, right? So looking at where you're coming from and what kind of foot you're putting forward in life will really, really help shape the kind of person you are and that you can become. All right, you guys, that is it for my Christmas wish. I love you guys so fucking much. Thank you so much for hanging in there and hanging out with me on Vlogmas this year. I literally can't tell you guys how much this entire Vlogmas process is meant to me. This is literally the last day of Vlogmas and my last video of December 2022. So I am just so grateful for all of you. I'm so happy you guys stuck through it for this video, and woo, I'm so emotional. Like literally, I just, woo. I love you guys so much. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. I hope you guys have a beautiful new year. I hope you guys ring in 2023 with all of the people that you love and surround yourself with, and beautiful energy and vibes. And I literally cannot wait to see you guys in 2023. And yeah, I love you guys so much, and I'll see you next year in 2023 for my first video of 2023. So Merry Christmas, you guys. I love you so much, and I'll see you in January.